The greatest wealth is to live content with little. The beginning is the most important part of the work. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. The unexamined life is not worth living. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Justice means minding your own business. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Excess of liberty causes slavery. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. To love rightly is to love what is orderly and beautiful. The price of apathy is to be ruled by evil men. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Ignorance is the root and stem of every evil. Music gives a soul to the universe. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. A good decision is based on knowledge, not numbers. Excessive anger breeds madness. The measure of a man is what he does with power. Good actions give strength to ourselves and inspire good in others. The soul takes flight when it discovers philosophy. The object of education is to teach us to love what is beautiful. Knowledge is the food of the soul. Excess generally causes reaction and produces a change in the opposite direction. We can easily forgive a child afraid of the dark. The real tragedy is when men are afraid of the light. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. A library of wisdom is more precious than all riches. Truth is the beginning of every good to the gods, and of every good to man. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future life. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. A house that has a library has a soul. A grateful mind is a great mind. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Wealth without virtue is no safe possession. False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Time is the moving image of eternity. He who wishes to serve his country must not serve himself. Justice in the life and conduct of the state is possible only if it first resides in the hearts of men. Knowledge unexamined quickly degenerates into mere opinion. Virtue is harmony. He who is not contented with what he has would not be contented with what he would like to have. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in government is to live under the government of worse men. Justice is the bond of men and states. Philosophy begins in wonder. All men are by nature equal. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Laws are not made for the good. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. Excessive freedom is an excess of slavery. The good life is inspired by love and guided by knowledge. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul. The soul never thinks without a picture. No man should be angry with what is true. The man who makes everything that leads to happiness depends upon himself is the man who has adopted the best plan for living happily. Excessive wealth breeds indolence. Man, a being in search of meaning. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. Love is a serious mental disease. Justice means harmony of the soul. Virtue is not given by money, but from virtue comes money and every other good of man. Better be unborn than untaught. The highest form of knowledge is empathy. Beauty is the splendor of truth. The direction of education shapes the soul. The wise man will want to be ever with him who is better than himself. No wealth can replace virtue. Self-conquest is the greatest of victories. Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. A man is not learned until he can apply what he knows. Justice means giving each what is due. Rhetoric is the art of ruling the minds of men. The soul of man is immortal and imperishable. Love is the pursuit of the whole. A man is judged by how he treats the weak. A hero is born among 100, a wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Virtue is the health of the soul. Character is simply habit, long continued. The man who has a tyrannical soul never tastes freedom or true friendship. Excellence is not a gift, but a skill that takes practice. The learning and knowledge that we have is, at the most, but little compared with that of which we are ignorant. Truth is the companion of justice. A wise ruler leads with justice, not with fear. The eyes are the windows of the soul. Virtue cannot be taught, it must be lived. The soul is healed by being with children. Truth is eternal. Courage is a kind of salvation. Education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. Self-knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. Knowledge must be accompanied by action. Every soul is immortal. True friendship is a kind of immortality. Life must be lived as play. An empty vessel makes the loudest sound. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. Justice is truth in action. All learning has an emotional base. To find yourself, think for yourself.